Hi guys, it's Liz here, and I am back with another daily dose of guidance. Luna is also here, and she's decided to take a bath behind me, so you may hear her. Hey, baby. How you doing? So as usual, we will be using the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. Okay. So we'll start shuffling. And see what guidance wants to come through. Oh, not sure. We'll see. I'll set that one aside. We had a fallout, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure about it just yet. So we'll continue on. Okay, so looking for guidance for our highest good for today. See if any other card wants to come out. I haven't even, the card that fell out, it fell out so that you can only see the back of it, so I don't even know what card it is just yet. It's going to be a surprise for both of us. Whoop. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's see what we got. So the first card that fell out, we got this one, I think it was just yesterday. Journey fell out again. So we're still getting that message here. So what came along with it was blossoming abundance. Okay, so we're still on our journey from yesterday. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we're certainly further along on our journey now. Okay. Just tapping in, seeing what else wants to come through. You might hear my neighbor's dog barking in the background. Let's see what wants to come through. Okay, so I'm hearing that we are on our journey. We are on our journey towards achieving our goal. So this goal could be something that is more surfacey or external, okay, especially, and it could just be about thinking about this goal, like coming up with the goal, maybe coming up with a strategy, okay, because we are moving into that sort of New Year's time, right? Right now, if you're watching this in real time, we're on our way to, we're in that holiday season right now. And I think we're a week out from Christmas, if that is something that you celebrate. But when we're coming to like the end of December, regardless of whether or not you celebrate a holiday in this time in December, often we're still thinking about, our maybe setting goals for the new year, for the next year to come, okay? And so I'm feeling like that's what this is speaking to, is sort of that thinking of, what went right and what went wrong this year in personally, okay, which is going to be a little bit more difficult because we had, so much happened this year with the virus, and then with the Black Lives Matter movement, and there's still a lot going on in both those areas. Okay, there was this year was a lot. This year was a lot. Whether you viewed it as a helpful or harmful thing, or somewhere in between, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm kind of somewhere in between. That in a lot of ways it was very harmful, but I can also see how, in a sort of energetic, spiritual way, how it was for our highest good. Okay? But for those who are going through it or went through it this year, you might not be at a place where you're thinking, this was for my highest good. Okay? And I get it. I understand. Now, with that in regards, though, whether you thought of this year as helpful, harmful, or something in between, you may still be still looking at, with it in regards to the things that maybe you thought you felt like were in your control. Okay? Because there are certain things that are just out of our control, right? We had no idea. We can't control COVID-19, right? And all of the domino effects that caused. Okay, but in the sense of our own personal lives and the goals we had set for ourselves for this year or throughout the year, that maybe we're in a time where we're thinking about what went right and what went wrong in regards to achieving those goals, whatever those goals were, okay, that were in our control. And even in regards to things that were outside of our control, like COVID, going into the next year thinking, okay, how can I work with or around this because we do have a vaccine coming through now, but there's still going to be we're going to still roll into 2021 with COVID being a thing. It just is what it is, okay? And so knowing that, going into this next year, how can we take what we learned from 2020, like we're bringing in those lessons, okay, and learning how to get resourceful, right, okay? So taking what we learned from 2020 and learning and bringing that and applying it into 2021 to help us reach whatever goals we want to set for ourselves. So this could be, maybe you're into vision boards, or just you have one specific goal in mind. So like I said, this could be, some common ones are weight loss, or finding a partner, what do I want to say, maybe how do I bring more money, financial abundance into my life. Okay, those are just some common ones. Okay, and so and some of them are going to be more on that personal development, spiritual development front, okay? And so that's kind of what we're in the energy of right now, is looking back on what worked for us and what didn't work for us this year, okay, and attaining our goals, and then applying that to our 2021 goals, okay? And I feel like that's the journey we're on right now anyways, and probably going to be bringing that energy in, which is why journey keeps coming up, is because we're bringing that energy over into the next, it's probably going to come up in the next couple of weeks anyways. And so we're thinking about what can we do to how can we tap into that? How can we be our highest, our best selves, right? How can we live our best lives? Okay. And that's the energy we're kind of bringing in right now. I'm just going to see if there's anything else that wants to come through. Okay, and so this is also a time for, in these next couple of weeks, to come up with that strategy. Okay, let's get really clear in our vision for 2021. What is our vision? What is the goal or goals? Okay, and how do we come up with a strategy to attain those goals? Okay, so that we're not at, January, 5th or whatever, and we've just completely, goals are just like they usually are. Okay? That's typically what happens, unfortunately, when we have those, goals of, okay, January 1st, it's go time. This year will be different, right? If we don't have a strategy, it just falls apart almost immediately. Okay? So let's set ourselves up. Here's what I'm trying to say. Let's set ourselves up for success before the 1st, okay? And making sure that we have that ball kind of already rolling to set ourselves up for success in this coming year, okay? And it's not to say that we can't just, why do we have to wait till January 1st to start, right? We can start right now if we wanted to, okay? We can start by coming up with that vision, getting really clear on that vision, working out a strategy that's going to work for us, and one that's going to, again, set us up for success and not be something that is, what do I want to say, super overwhelming, okay? Because that's another thing that we as human beings tend to do when we're like gung-ho towards a specific goal, is we're just like balls to the wall, let's go. And then, a couple days in, it just all falls apart because we're just completely overwhelmed. It was not something that was necessarily, I hate to use the word realistic, but it wasn't something that was going to work out for us the way we had it set up, okay? Maybe just going from 0 to, 100 in a day was not going to work out. That just wasn't gonna be helpful to you, right? So looking at what are the baby steps of attaining that goal rather than just going from 0 to 100. What is step 1, what is step 2, what is step 3, and so on, okay? And knowing your limits, okay? I don't want to be a downer here, but again, we don't want to set ourselves up to fail by, setting some unrealistic bar for ourselves, okay? And I hate to say that word, but that's what's coming up right now, okay? So taking this time, either, a couple of days or a couple of weeks, right? If you decided, if you're hard set on January 1st, okay, taking this time to come up with baby steps that are going to set you up for success, okay? And saying, instead of, if you're one of the, number one goals resolutions people set up for themselves is, I want to lose weight, or I want to have, this ideal body. So maybe that's, building muscle or losing weight, okay? And again, going from 0 to 100, just saying, okay, I'm going to work out 2 hours a day, every day, even though I haven't moved my body, hardly ever, or even just through 2020, because most of us were just like, nah, 2020 in itself was just so overwhelming that we're like, you know what, I'm just going to chill in, my PJs, and that's just what we're going to do this year, and not move our bodies, okay? And, we had the Corona, the Corona 15, right? We all gained a little bit of weight. She is what she is, okay? And so if we're trying to maybe lose some of that quarantine weight, or again, building muscle or what have you, and you haven't really moved your body this year in 2020, deciding to go and set yourself up by saying, I'm going to work out, 2 hours a day, every single day, starting on this date, right? And this is going to just be forever, is going to be unrealistic in the sense that it's going to be overwhelming, and your body is not going to be ready for that, okay? Your body will not be ready to move like that kind of strenuous activity. It's just not going to work out for you, okay? So maybe we start off with, I'll work out, maybe 20 to 40 minutes every other day, or, or what have you, right? Like, let's set it up so that, it's actually going to work out for you, instead of just overwhelming yourself, setting that bar too high, and then, like I said, halfway through January, you're just like, screw this noise, right? And just forget about it entirely. Okay? So again, you can go to any coach that's going to meet your needs. If you are someone who's looking for some help with your physical body, okay, check out, like a weight loss coach or something along those lines, right? Check out, if you're looking for someone to help you in your love life, check out a relationship coach, right? But I will say, if you're looking for like some help just in daily life type of goals, okay, give me a shout. That's what I do. I'm a spiritual life coach, so you can give me a shout, DM me, email me at spirituallycharged@gmail.com. We'll have a call, see how she goes, and go from there, okay? If you need a little help with coming up with a strategy that's going to help you and set you up for success, okay? Okay. Then that's only if you're struggling. If you already have like a game plan, if you're good, awesome. I'm just putting it out there if you need some help, okay? Let's see if anything else wants to come through. Okay, and they wanted me to shout them out that if you're needing some additional support from like your support system on the other side, okay? If you're having a struggle, or if you're maybe not super clear on what your vision is or how to create those steps, okay? Your your spirit guides and your angels, they're, at the ready to help you out and to support you and to give you direction if you ask for it. And that's key, okay? You have to ask for their help, okay? And then be willing to receive it. Some people will ask for help, but we'll find that there's actually resistance when receiving it, right? So ask for help from your spirit guides and your angels, and be open to receiving their guidance and their support in the way that it comes through, because it may not come in the way that you ask them to or in the way that you expect it. So kind of just tap into that awareness, okay, and be open in receiving, okay? Okay, and similar to yesterday's message in regards to journey, is letting go of your past emotional baggage. So you see she has this light here, but it's behind her and she has these bags with her, okay? And so for today, this is also a call to let go of, that past negative karma, okay? The negative karma that you have in the emotional baggage, right, is part of that negative karma that you are still holding on to from this life. Okay, so when I say past life, I mean your past in this current life, okay? You need to let that emotional baggage go in order to receive blossoming abundance. In order to get abundance, you got to let that other shit go first, okay? So kind of think of it as like, your arms are totally full and someone's trying to hand you something and you can't, because your arms and your hands are just so full of junk that you can't possibly, the only way to grab onto the thing the other person is trying to give you is if you let that other stuff go. You've got to let that junk go, and then you can grab on to the gift, if you will, the other person is trying to give you. Okay, so let that shit go so that you can attain abundance in whatever form that is. Okay? Okay, so I feel like that's the message for today. I hope you found it helpful, beautiful soul, and I will see you tomorrow with another daily dose of guidance. Bye.